Sir Galahad and the Stone Dragon. In the village of Grundog, on the Mount Grundog, there was rumours of volcanoes and vibrations and earthquakes. It was as if the earth and the ground was coming to life. Tremors would shake across the village. Things would fall off chairs. People would fall over. It's like the mountain was shaking itself apart. And news of this had reached 3 adventuring heroes. The knight, Sir Galahad, his friend Igor, and his friend the Yeti. So they travelled to Mount Grundig to see what they could find. As they approached, they talked to the people in the villages from far around and said, what did they know? What had happened? Some people said, it's a volcano, the mountain's going to erupt, and there'll be ash and molten lava pouring down the side of the mountain pies. Other people said, no, it's an underground monster, like a giant mole. It's burrowing its way underneath, shaking all of the mountainside apart. What could it be? They arrived in the foothills by the mountain, and they slowly made their way fast, and they did see smoke appearing at the top of the hillocks, and there was ash and the smell of brimstone in the air. And they felt a tremor as everything vibrated, and things fell over, and that they fell over. And the tremor stopped. They kept on going into the foothills, and they kept on seeing very strange, jagged rocks, taller than a man. They were all irregular, sticking up from the ground like standing stones, sharp and jagged. Very strange. And then they saw one which was not pale like the rest, not a pale white stone, but this one was a brown, dirty stone. It was like it was decayed, rotten away to its core, like wood that's been left out in the rain. I wonder what it is, said the Yeti, and he wandered over and gave it a poke. Rumble, 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 crash. Everything was, and there was a noise. It was a bellowing thunderclap of a roar, and it echoed around the valley and around the hillocks and around the mountainside. My goodness, what on earth was that? What could it be? They slowly moved on, coming out of and a billow of smoke came up from behind them. My goodness, perhaps it was a volcano, but it was coming from the smaller hillocks, the smaller valley, rather than the bigger part of the mountain. What on earth? And then the earth started crumbling, and they could see both sides of the valley slowly coming together. They ran as fast as they could, getting out of the foothills, faster and faster and faster and faster, and jumping onto the main part of the mountain, the main body. Crunch! And then, inconceivably, a gigantic head formed. The giant spikes that they saw were wobbling, jagged teeth, and the monster arose from below. A gigantic, huge, colossal mountain dragon. The entire hillock, the entire pass was its head. The jagged rocks that they'd seen were its teeth bigger than a man. It roared. My goodness, what could it be? Why is it so upset? Billows of flame erupted from its mouth, searing in the sun like a second sun in the sky. And then they saw it. They saw that one of his teeth was brown and decayed and clearly giving it a lot of pain. I know what to do, said the Yeti. What on earth? Said Sir Galahad. Be careful, said Igor. But the Yeti had a plan. He said, hold on to this rope, and tied a rope around his waist, and he charged off towards the dragon and leapt his giant hairiness towards its open maw, landing in its mouth, and he grabbed hold of the rotten tooth. and he pulled. Roared the dragon. The ground shook and erupted, and the rope went taut on the on the Yeti's waist, pulling both of the other heroes, his friends, off the ground and whipping in the air. Roared the dragon, but the Yeti hung on, and he pulled, and snap! The rotten tooth pulled out, and they fell tumbling down the mountainside, happily to land into the massive snowdrifts on top of the mountain. Roared the dragon. He put his head down. Its giant tongue, as wide as the mouth of a river, circled around its mouth, feeling the gap where its missing tooth was. Killed the dragon. And it lowered its colossal head size of a cathedral, back down onto the mountains, opened its large mouth and started to snore. And then, as Galahad and Igor and the Yeti looked on, it was as if nothing had happened. The range of mountains and the hillside looked just as it always had done, only missing one rotten, gigantic stone tooth. They went back to the village of Grundig and told the people what had happened, and no one believed them, apart from one old lady. And she had heard a story from her grandmother, who told her a story from her grandmother of a giant mountain dragon called Grundig that had fallen asleep in the mountainside and become one with the mountains, with the rock. And everyone thought this was a fable, but she believed them and she thanked them, as did her family and all her old friends. Because the heroes again, Sir Galahad the Brave, Igor the Cunning, and the Yeti the Strong, had saved the people and won.